Hi, I'm Ani Gatz. Welcome to The Giving Life, the show about nonprofits and the people they serve. Today I want to talk to you about one of Kitsap County's most beloved treasures. It's parks. Now you may be thinking, hey, Parks Department is a government entity. Didn't you just say the show was about nonprofits? Well, you'd be right on both counts, but the Kitsap County Parks Foundation is a nonprofit, and its purpose is to help close the funding gap that has plagued parks for so long. You might wonder why we need a nonprofit to close a funding gap. After all, shouldn't our taxes pay for our parks? Well, in a perfect world, maybe so, but in reality, the amount that we pay in taxes doesn't come anywhere close to what our parks need. See, Kitsap County Parks has grown in size 67% since 2012. It's nearly 11,000 acres of land, and by the end of 2020, it's projected to be more than 12,000 acres. But the funding to support that parkland has hardly budged since 2007. Maintenance worker positions that were eliminated during the 2007 and 2008 economic downturn were only replaced as recently as 2018. In recent years, the maintenance staff has had to stretch their budget just to be able to put enough toilet paper in some parks' bathrooms. There are parks whose septic systems have failed entirely, and the cost to replace them is so high that the department is relying on porta potties. The recreation portion of the Parks and Recreation went away a long time ago, and the Kitsap County Fair and Stampede, once managed by the Parks Department, is now being turned over to an as yet unnamed nonprofit entity. And in South Kitsap, the Village Green Golf Course has had to close its doors due to high maintenance costs. But there's hope. In 2018, a concerned citizen took action and connected the County Parks Department and the Kitsap Community Foundation to create the Kitsap County Parks Foundation in hopes of alleviating some of these problems. But how did we even get to this state of affairs in the first place, and what's a Parks Foundation going to do to try and stop it? Well, I'm here at Eagle's Nest, where the County Parks Department has their offices, so let's go and ask them. Hi, I'm here at Lobe Field at Kitsap County Park Grounds, and I'm talking to County Parks Assistant Director Travis Buell. So Travis, Lobe Field, is this representative of a lot of the parks in Kitsap, or?
Hi, Ani, thanks for having me. Yes, Lobe Field is one of our active recreation parks. It has 4 baseball fields. Across the street we have our rodeo arena as well as a soccer complex, but it is not part of our overall theme of our parks. We have large acreage parks such as Port Gamble. There are heritage parks. We have several to our inventory. We have actually 72 parks in our inventory, almost 11,000 acres of parkland. So that includes trail work, regional parks, water trails, meadows, dense forest.
Well, tell me something about that inventory. So I was just telling the audience earlier about how much the park system has grown. How did that happen? Why is there suddenly this massive influx of inventory, but not necessarily the funding to match it?
Sure, there's a lot of reasons for that. We are certainly not going out actively shopping for land. Some of this is forestry land that's being turned back over to us from the state, or even some national land. There was also Port Gamble, like I mentioned earlier. It was a huge community-driven purchase program to protect the forest and the trees. And so once they purchased that, they turned it over to us because they knew that we would take care of their investment.
So is Kitsap County unique in the fact that the funding just has not increased with the inventory? What's going on there?
No, Kitsap County is not unique. Unfortunately, it's an issue faced around the country. Right now, Parks and Rec departments are generally the first ones that have budget cuts when it comes to services and programs. Here at Kitsap County, our overall budget has only increased about $12,000 from what it was in 2008 before the crisis.
Wow.
But our actual acreage inventory has increased from 6,000 to almost 11,000, almost doubled.
Wow. So what does the Parks Department see as a way that the Parks Foundation can help close that funding gap?
Sure. One of the big things with Kitsap County is we have almost 28,000 volunteer hours in our parks by 500 people, but that's not the only way that they can support us, because really what we're doing right now is we're taking our limited resources and spreading it over all these acres, the 11,000 acres through our stewardship programs. That money doesn't go very far. So what we're looking to do with our foundation is raise money that we can help subsidize our capital projects, new projects, and take into account the things that the pros plan that we put out, and we did a big survey last year.
That's right.
A lot of the things that they addressed were, taking care of land that we have and making improvements to the places that they already go, and improving upon the active and passive recreation opportunities.
So the pros, so this is the Parks and Recreation Open Space Plan that's done every few years.
Every 6 years, yes.
Yeah, and you guys did a huge amount of getting community input and
Right.
and all of that. So you're really working towards doing what the community wants with that.
Right, that's our goal.
What are some of the first projects that would be on the list to do if the foundation is able to raise a good chunk of money for the parks?
So one of the things that we hope to do with the money raised through the foundation would be to improve the park system that we already have. That would be parking lots, trail work, restrooms in all of our parks. Amenities that people often don't come to parks because we don't have. Like if you have to park on a street, you're not going to come to our park more often than not. If the trails aren't well maintained, it may not be a great place for your children, and we want your whole family to be a part of it. But that's not the only things that we're looking for. We want to improve our playground structures. We want to have ADA accessible swings and programs, which is really important to us right now to make sure that everybody's served in our parks. But there's also big things. I mean, right now we have septic issues that are causing us to have a little bit of financial strain. Money like this would help us subsidize our capital programs, our projects, to make those improvements as well.
So say there's a group of people, whether it's a stewardship group or maybe a Boy Scout troop, any local group of people that wants to raise money to do improvements in a specific park. Can they go through the foundation to do that?
Absolutely. And that's one of the wonderful things about the foundation is you can come in and say, you know what, I live on the north side of the peninsula. I would like my money to go to point no point for advancements. All they have to do is make that known in their giving process, and that money will be earmarked for that particular project.
Is there something people can do, like say they don't have a lot of money right now that they'd like to give, but they know that when they pass away, they care deeply about parks and they want to leave some of what they're leaving behind for the next generation to parks. Is that also possible through this foundation?
Absolutely. And I believe we call that legacy giving. And what we want to do with that is we want to take money that was important to you and allow that money to grow our parks and to continue to grow in an endowment so we're taken care of in the future as well as the present.
And I heard that the County Parks Foundation is participating in the Kitsap Great Give, right?
Absolutely.
So people can go on the Kitsap Great Give and donate and get their money boosted by the bonus pool, right?
Yeah, what a great day to give money and an opportunity to have your money matched in some situations or get some prizes as well. So we should definitely take advantage of that.
All right, but people can give any time.
Well, absolutely. The foundation is open 365 days a year. So you can give any time, any day, and we can take that money and do great things with it.
Well, thanks for talking to me today, and good luck in the Kitsap Great Give.
Thanks for being here.
Our park system is a vital part of a healthy community, helping to maintain open space for recreation and to restore and maintain habitat for our non-human residents. You can support your county parks by volunteering, joining a stewardship group, or by donating to the Kitsap County Parks Foundation. If you want to find out more, go to www.kitsapfoundation.org/Kitsap County Parks Foundation. I'll see you next time on The Giving Life.